So something a wee bit different today. I'm out on a loch for the first time this season. I'll battle my way through this plantation, see if I can get down at the bank. I say a loch, but it's really a reservoir. Although it isn't stocked, it's full of small wild brown trout. It can be good fun if you hit it right. But we'll just go down and have a look and see what gives. Well, this is the first time I've been out fishing for exactly 2 weeks, and the weather has been absolutely appalling. Been unprecedented cold weather, snowstorms, you name it, we've had it. I had intended going back to the local river today, but the rain we had yesterday has put it up about a foot up, and it's running dirty, but it should be fine for fishing in a couple of days' time, but not today. So I thought I'd just come and try this loch for a change. As you can see in the footage, it's a lovely spot, a lovely spot. So I'll have a go in here and see what gives. Well, I just saw a fish rise there, but way out of casting range. And another one. Maybe be able to cover that one. Oh, had a touch there and I missed it. Just fishing a team of 2 wet flies, size 10 and curled on the tail. Some kind of nondescript black spider thing on the dropper. In Scottish lochs you never go far wrong with nondescript black things. The weather last week was absolutely appalling. A friend of mine was up here doing some photography and he was caught in a whiteout. That was just 2 or 3 days ago. This reservoir was built back in the 1960s. The story goes that when the dam was completed and they started filling it, they reckoned it would take something like a year, 2 years to fill, and it filled in 3 months. And I think that really tells you all you need to know about the weather in this area. The water in the loch isn't peaty at all, it's actually very clear, as you can probably see. Because of the clear water, the fish in here are very light and bright coloured. They're lovely fish. And I just saw another fish rise way out there. Oh, and I just fluked this one. Fluked this one as I was walking. in you come. And it's on the Dunkeld. I'd say that's an above average fish for this loch. Bonnie, beautiful condition. There you go. So that was a fluke, but welcome nonetheless. I'll take it. Well, my goodness, the rain is really tipping down now. I think it may go off in a minute though, and that might just bring the fish on. A slight change of tactics. I've taken the dropper fly off and tied on a bushy hedgehog. I'll just move that slowly across the surface and see what happens. There now, that's altogether a lot more pleasant. The sun's out. The 4 seasons in one day. In fact, 4 seasons in half an hour. Oh! Something came up to the hedgehog there and I missed it. Well, I've moved the loch across to the other bank to try to get a bit of shelter from the wind, and I've arrived in a downpour, so I'll shelter in here for 5 minutes or so and see if it goes off, and then maybe have a go here. It is a bit more sheltered over here. So I'll have a few casts in here. Still lashing down rain. Not very pleasant, so I don't think I'll be staying much longer. I'm christening a new rod today. I needed a spare 9-foot 5 weight. So I bought this Max Catch rod off Amazon, which appears to be an Orvis Helios rip-off, knockoff. It's a nice rod, and that's it christened. Had a fish on it there, so that's first blood. Seems to be brightening up a tad. Yeah, it's a fairly stiff action rod. That's very fast action, very tippy, and it wouldn't be everybody's taste. It's probably more of a casting rod than a fishing rod, so it'll probably end up stored up in the loft with the other 35 fly rods I have and that hardly ever see the light of day. Oh, the sun's out, my goodness. Not very warm though. Well, I've swapped over to a single dry fly. I'll give it 5 minutes for that and then call it a day, I think. It's getting decidedly cold. I met another guy along there fishing. He was out with his 2 young daughters. The youngest one told me she was 5, and I think the other one was just a few years older. It was absolutely delightful. The kids were having an absolute ball. Dad was fishing and they were carrying the landing net. It really is a great thing to take your kids out into the countryside, out into the wilds. It really is. It brought back a lot of good memories when I used to take my boys out fishing when they were wee, fishing and hill walking and just out into the countryside, and they absolutely loved it. They still talk about it sometimes, even today. Well, I'm going to call it a day at that. There's nothing happening and not much prospect of anything happening, I don't think. So rather than let the video just drag on and on, we'll just close it now and say thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.